The Salvation Army is looking for volunteers to help them make a difference this holiday season, whether it's ringing a bell outside storefronts or distributing gifts. They say your help really goes a long way.
WKYT's Mariah Conjito shares what getting involved means to your community.
By ringing the bell this holiday season, the Salvation Army hopes to collect more than $300,000 to fulfill their mission.
Every year, more people are needy, and not only during Christmas time, but even beyond. So we strive to see how we can help.
For the last 130 years across the United States, the Salvation Army's holiday season campaigns have been a symbol of hope and joy.
We are very grateful and so thankful, and we would love to see more and more people come and help out.
Major Asit George says the Red Kettle campaign is iconic. It's hard to miss the sound of bells ringing and a greeting from the bell ringer as you head into the store. He says people can volunteer individually to be a bell ringer or as a group.
The money that is collected during Christmas time is used to offset the costs of giving out food and other things that people need, not only during Christmas time, but even later.
The Salvation Army says they also need volunteers for their Angel Tree campaign. Major George says they already have 2,000 applications for toys, so they need help with organizing and distributing them.
Many of them are not in the best of circumstances based on inflation and many other things, job market, things like this. And this is where you and I step in and help out.
Major George says their work never stops because they're there when disaster strikes and when people need a place to rest their head. He says volunteers are their lifeline.
It's not just you're helping the Salvation Army, but we are helping the greater Lexington area, the greater Kentucky area.
If you're interested in being a volunteer this holiday season, just follow the links in this story on our WKYT News app. In Lexington, Mariah Conjito, WKYT.
The Salvation Army is also looking for volunteers in Frankfort, Danville, and Richmond.